know. I definitely, one thing you can bet on is that they're going to Small Fortress Alliance, because that's pretty much anything, or the only map that they want to play at this point. All competitors are just logged in on this map. So here we go, game number 1. We got the Mordex versus the Hattori, two very old legends at this point, tried and true time and time again. Blaze over on that Sword right now. Now, Sword has been kind of in a weird spot. You know, it was really one of the best weapons in the game prior to the most recent patch, which completely destroyed. Well, actually, no, I guess it's 2 patches ago now, since the most recent patch is the one that took chakrams down. But yeah, the Sword went from basically a top-tier weapon to maybe one of the worst. So I'm interested to see if it can make the Sword work. Right now, has been making it work so far, able to get these true combos to build more damage. But look at that, the double Nair into the weapon throw is going to confirm that right there. Rikka looking to be on fire right now. What an early start to this game.
So much control lost by Blaze there. Rikka getting an incredible reversal, incredible upset there on the offstage. Gets the double there, gets the weapon throw, but the recovery from Blaze not to be underestimated. Picks up that spear, keeps it. That's his weapon. That's what he's been known for all of these years. Starting out on the bridge, moving over to the Hattori, and he's just keeping it going. Daylight's there to start. He's just looking for more. Side air into another one. Reads the dodge. Not gonna get anything else off of it. Again, not a string weapon. He just needs these individual hits. And as long as Rikka can't answer back with a string of 2 or 3 hits, he's gonna be up. He's gonna be up on damage, he's gonna be up on KO potential, and he's just gonna be in control of his game. But Rikka's pushing him off. He's getting him off of the side, and he's just looking for the D-Sig. Big howl, not gonna connect, and no read for Blaze either.
I gotta say, Blaze, one thing he's doing definitely correctly right now. Well, I was gonna say using those aerials, but right there was actually Rikka who was using those aerials to his advantage, able to get 2 siders on the gauntlets, and that's just gonna take out this low defense legend right there. Blaze now kind of on the back foot right now. Big string coming out from Rikka. Let's see, can he land? Is able to, but still disarmed, and Rikka is going to weapon starve now over onto the gauntlets instead. Blaze needs a weapon desperately if he wants to stay in this game, but once again, Rikka is denying.
Such perfect weapon starve game coming out from Rikka, moving Immaculate Blaze, using everything in the tank just to not get hit while landing, and it's gonna be that. It's gonna be his downfall. He does not have a dodge to avoid that anti read like a book from the end light. That's gonna be Rikka taking game number 1.
Yeah, you know, I think the one thing that was helping out Blaze in that match was the spear aerials, you know, using those nairs and sayers were really helping at the beginning, but at some point Rikka was like, you know what, screw all that. What if I just hit the combo? And that's exactly what he did, and that completely led to him getting that 2-stock victory right there. And it doesn't help, like I said, obviously Hattori being that lower defense legend, it's going to lead to some earlier KOs. And now we've got a newer map pick. We got the Small World's End. We only saw this at the first set at the very beginning, so I'm glad to be getting to a map with no platforms, you know, a bit of a different dynamic going on. We'll see what that changes in this game number 2.
Yep, maybe allowing Blaze to control that floor a bit more aggressively, but it was Rikka who was holding Blaze hostage, who was keeping him up in the air, bouncing all around for the entirety of that last stock. Looking to answer back now, gauntlets in hand, but getting stuffed out by the Sword. Endlight connects, looking for more, just playing this neutral game, footsies all around, no hits to be found in the last 20 seconds, and we're just keeping it even, just keeping it composed. Looking for some sort of hit.
Blaze, a lot of these side airs connecting on both weapons, especially the Sword right now, putting in the work. I gotta say, I gotta like it, or I gotta like it, but I do like it. And there it is, yet another side air able to extend farther out. That is one thing that Sword was really, really good at, and still is getting those side air extensions. Right now, Blaze is over onto the spear to try and get some more extra credit before he's sent down by Rikka. He knows it's going to be soon, able to dodge down out of that recovery, but still, it's only going to take 1 or 2 recoveries there. There's 1, and there's 2. Rikka getting the knockout right there. Let's see what he opts for. Does he want this scythe or does he want the gauntlets? It is going to be the scythe that he opts for. He wants to get these bigger strings with a larger range. He's going to keep Blaze once again off the weapon, but Blaze is going to get armed. Now over onto the Sword, and ooh, double recovery right there. Blaze wasn't ready for it, jumping into it both times.
Alright, Rikka now looking to make something happen with the scythe. Blaze keeping him at bay. Gauntlet swap is going to be it. It has been doing a lot for him. First stock taken by a recovery, but Blaze is looking to not let that happen. Ground pound barely doesn't connect. Rikka's slightly above that, I believe, but he's just looking for one of his own. Blaze fighting off staging as the gauntlets might not be the greatest of ideas, as this ground pound is a menace. Takes the stock, takes the lead.
Yeah, you really got to be careful about that, you know. He was obviously trying to keep that ground pound off of him, but the D-Light into the ground pound on Gauntlets is really, really hard to avoid, so it is going to lead to a stock. But now Blaze is starting to pull the pressure, and there it is, the double pogo. You cannot fight this weapon off stage when you're on low health. That pogo is so devastating. Just each individual little bonk does exponentially more force. It's really insane. And now it's Blaze's turn to keep Rikka off the weapon. Able to get 2 end lights, a nair, almost gets a second nair, but still that is more damage on the side of Rikka now. Able to get himself a nair into the end light. Okay, that was a good pickup right there. I can't believe that was able to snipe in the air like that. That D-Light just saving Rikka. And now things are pretty even. Able to get a D-Light into the side air. Blaze is starting to pull ahead a little bit, but both of them are rather even. Another nair into an end light will be able to disarm Blaze. He's over onto the spear now. Oh, whips a side sig. Wait, gets another one, but that's not going to do it. They're both really tense right now. I'm assuming signatures are going to be flying out from both sides. Rikka is going to have a trouble KOing as well. So let's see. The side air is going to whiff. Recovery, no. They're just throwing out attacks. Both of them are desperately looking for the KO right now.
Yep, it's looking like desperation on both sides of this equation. Blaze looking for the side six, looking for anything, because the spear does not have a grounded KO option. Sidelight picks up way high in the air, but no recovery, no dodge read to be found there. Swap Servitor Sword, that has a more consistent KO option. Has that on like not going for it. Endlights instead, too afraid to go for the committal, and he's just looking for anything, just a smidge, a crumb, anything that Rikka will give him. Nair connects, but not enough yet. He's just fighting, holding on barely. And Rikka is so careful. Weapon throw approach.
Goodness.
Off the side and the recovery.
Oh, there it is. Oh, finally, Blaze able to get himself a recovery and finally putting an end to the longest stock of all time. And there we go. Blaze is going to be even things up 1-1.
Goodness gracious. There you see a bit of the issues with the Hattori pick. Yes, set up at the start, but it's not like it's a perfect legend. It's not like it doesn't have its issues. Namely, if you can't connect those sigs, that side sig, that end sig on the spear, you are left with no grounded KO options really. You have the sidelight, but that's so punishable, and that leads into a string. It's not a true combo, and then you have the end light as well. The D-Light is your only option grounded, but your enemy needs to be airborne. You need to hit a jump read or something like that, and that's just not feasible against a player like Rikka with the caliber of movement that he has.
Absolutely. I know he's trying to throw out those grounded side airs as well. That was one way you can kind of offset that lack of grounded KOing options. But yeah, it's just not perfect. And Rikka does know how to get around them. But Blaze, they're able to get things come out in their favor in the end. And I gotta say, they're better for it. Now, once again, we're over onto the Small Worlds, or not Small, yeah, Small Worlds End. I almost said Small Worlds of Lions. I tried to fuse the two maps together. But anyways, so Blaze kind of on the back foot right now, is going to get hit by the unarmed recovery to disarm him. Rikka once again trying to guard this weapon away. He's looking probably for an end light or a D light, but it is going to whiff and just kind of runs into the back end of that side light right there. Bit of a miscalculation on the movement, and now it's actually Blaze who's able to get himself a cider into the end light, building up more damage. Nice. Looks for a nair afterwards. That's really good. He gets an end light poke and the ground pound, unexpected on Rikka's part. And now let's see what he's gonna do. A side sig, just a little bit too late, unfortunately. Now tries to rep another one. Rikka was there for the punish. Yeah, he's going for a lot of these.
Nice ground pound there to finish down. You can see that Rikka is so aware of these spear side six. He knows the Blaze doesn't have a KO option, and he goes for one of his own. He just calls him out, knows you're gonna attack me, you're not gonna wait for my iframe soon. I'm just gonna go for a D-Light, and I'm gonna finish you off. Even this up. Now I'm on the side. Now you're weapon starved. Now you're jumping around frantically again, trying to get a weapon. Finally picks it up, but Rikka is not relenting. He's just hitting end-light after end-light, nair after nair. He has the 4-piece, and he's just gonna be put off stage though. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Blaze. The second down air bouncing off the stage, not gonna connect, but he's just keeping him at bay here, the spear, doing what it does best, keeping the opponent away, spacing them out, making sure that they have no room to breathe, no room to get back, and the Sair connects. Endlight again, Rikka just cannot touch solid ground. Endlight again, weapon throw, hit Endlight anyway. He knows! Dude, he knows everything you're gonna do!
What in the world?
Blaze is so solid, like a rock. He is an unmoving foundation here. Just keeping Rikka off the stage, looking for the game off the top. Not gonna find it. Recovery, bit of extra damage, but no KO just yet. Blaze looking to extend the stock.
That was like 30 seconds right there. 30 whole seconds where Rikka just did not touch the ground. Blaze was so immaculate. Every single option was the right one, whether it be the end lights or the pogos or anything else that might have kept his opponent at bay. They all came together to create the perfect edge guard. So well done. Now they're both basically at even, and Rikka's got to answer the question, how is he going to build up the damage? Because Blaze has been pretty consistent at building up the damage, but Rikka obviously has been getting more of these like little pieces, these big combos, but he needs to get one in order to bring things around, because otherwise I think this edge guard is just going to do it. Look at this expertise. A pogo is going to land. The ground pound is dodged through. Now they're both off stage, but Blaze is back to it. Let's see, a side tick finally connecting like 10th times a charm. Good job, Blaze. Now he's got the situation, but no! A miscalculation. A blunder, unfortunately, sends Blaze to an early demise, and that is Rikka now going up 2-1 in the set.
A tragic reversal at the end, but Blaze was playing immaculate there. You could see, compare it to game 1 of this set, and it's like we're watching a different player. Blaze, after getting himself on the board, after getting that win to his name in game 2, he's been revitalized. He's playing with new vigor, and he's just upped the tempo so hard, answering Rikka's aggression of his own and just pushing it to the limit a bit too far this time. But if he can make the right adjustments, the right, those little miscalculations, if we can get them out of his game, he can definitely take this back.
You know, the sad thing is that sometimes it's the little miscalculations that make all the difference, and rewatching that ground pound KO to end the game, that's exactly what it was. Just a slight misspacing error, and that's all Rikka needed to bring this to a game number 4 in his favor. So now Blaze has got to figure out what he's going to do. He's got to make that same magic happen. Every single time that he's gotten these big amount of damage and these big strings, it's always been from these edge guards off stage, but Rikka does not want to go off stage. Instead, just bring him with a jump read, able to get a double nair, and side air, and that is going to be a lot of damage built up onto Blaze. I think Blaze really is going to need this spear if he wants to bring this to a game 5.
Man, he's just bouncing him off the stage like he's LeBron. Ansi connects, not gonna KO just yet. Sidestick goes for it as well. Sidelight barely avoids that going forward, but the weapon toss recovery, unarmed. Stun skim gets the finisher, and this is a dominant start coming up from Rikka, keeping the momentum that he got from getting that ground pound in the last game.
Yep. And like I said, I think that if anything's going to do it, it's probably going to be the spear for Blaze. Right now he is on the sword. He's trying to make a similar edge guard work. It has worked so far, but now Rikka has disarmed him, and now it's a big amount of damage too with the sweat beating. There's a side stick. This time it is going to KO, thankfully for his sake. And now he's going to be picking up the spear. Like I said, he wants to stick to it. He knows this is what is going to give him the win condition. It's going to be these nairs. It's going to be these side airs. And it's going to be the edge guard that has been working so well for him. But he's got to get Rikka off stage. There it is. Can he get an edge guard? No, not really. Rikka now in the air and able to get back to the ground now. Ooh, big ground pound whiff right there, sending Rikka off stage. Let's see if he can keep this pressure mounted, but not really. They're kind of trading places right now on and off stage. Neither one of them trying to, or well, they're both trying to, but neither one of them are able to get a real advantage at the moment. Kind of just seeing what happens. A whiff recovery, a whiff D-lights. I don't know, it's kind of falling back into the neutral right now. The side sig, that never really work. I don't know, Blaze. He's got to figure out something else. Maybe like an N-Sig? I mean, the N-Sigs... Oh, that's unfortunate. I feel like the Spirit N-Sig might be a good mix-up because it's a pretty big hitbox. It is kind of slow, but I think that's a good option to throw out because really the only signature he's used all game has been this Spear side sig.
It could definitely catch Rikka off guard. Finally gets him side like catches it. Arcer finishes it off. But Blaze needs to show me why he's on the Zuko. He needs to either make these signatures work on the spear or show me something on the sword, because right now I'm not seeing it. The spear is great, but you need to make your legend work for you. You need to not work for your legend, not let it work against you. The fact that you have the sword, the fact that you're limited by this range. But Blaze is just so good when he's in these advantage spots, when he's got the stage control. Rikka makes him give it up, forces it out of him with the side stick punish, And Blaze once again on the stage, looking for the edge guard, looking for the corner guard. Gets the downlight, gets the Sayer. Great advantage position. Recovery not connecting. No read coming out from Rika. And that's another side sig not connecting from Blaze. Once again, there it is. He's got the read. He knows. Like, even if a couple of them miss, he's just hitting the side six so consistently, I feel like. Even, like
I don't know. I mean, it's a risky attack because it's just got such a small hitbox, and if it's whiffed, it's really easy to punish. As we saw, most of the time it was an easy punish, but right there, Blaze was able to get 2 of his KOs off of that side sig. So perhaps I'm mistaken, but still, compared to the amount that he's hit successfully, that is a very low ratio right there. So maybe he's got to, recalibrate. Maybe he did in that game, try to figure out how to hit those properly, because yeah, in the other games, those side sigs were more of a detriment. But in that game, he made it work. So maybe he's starting to justify this Hattori pick, but still, I feel like he's got to use a couple more of those sigs to really justify it, because otherwise, it's basically just been a spear and side sig game.
Absolutely. And I think it's a read specifically against Rika. I think he knows something that we don't. I think Rika maybe he's like misspacing the side six a bit in the rank games or something, because Blaze is just throwing all of them out, and none of the end six, no down six can come out, no sword six either. It's literally all been the side sig.
Okay. Now it's actually Rika on the edge guard, but Blaze able to tap his way back in with that side air. Very nice long horizontal range option. Is able to get himself a spot back on the stage, but Rika is starting to push the advantage. Goes a little bit too far and is hit by the recovery. Sweat Beating is hit by a good side light, but that's not going to lead to anything. Once again, a side sig is whipped, this time not leading to any big punishes, but still he is on the edge. Rika is looking to get some sort of gimp off stage with a scythe down air, but now the situation is reversed. Neither one of them being afraid to throw themselves off stage, but that's a big miss right there. And nice! A GC D-Light into the ground bound is going to confirm that stock, and Rika is taking a bit of a lead in this game number 5.
Unrelenting. Just incredible pressure coming out from Rika, making sure that Blaze doesn't have time to get back on his feet. Finally gets the D-Light, gets the GC and Sig, gets the KO, and the spear once again in his hands. What can he make with this? Recovery caught, dodge caught, looking for the finisher, exhausted recovery not quite connecting. Rika managed to strafe out of that one, gets out of dodge, but damage has been done. And he's looking to build it up further. Spacing is great on Blaze, gets the cider, but no further damage connecting. And Rika's looking for a hit back.
Look at these
for a chance
airs
into this game. Recovery not connecting, and Blaze in trouble. No recovery punish from Rika.
I gotta say, like, Blaze's side air usage on this spear has been immaculate. Always spacing on his opponent properly. It's a really good way to get back on stage. And time again, he's used it. And the top part of the hitbox, I can't believe that connected, actually. That is going to be a pretty early KO, actually, when it comes down to it, with that spear side sig. And now it's actually Rika who's on the back foot in this game number 5. This is it, guys. Game number 5 in the elimination bracket. If whoever goes down here is out of the tournament, so they're both going to be playing their lives out right now. Rika, a small little side light, but that is 2 nairs. The damage, D-Light into a side is... Okay, the side air into the side sig is going to close it out. Rika is now panicking. I gotta say, this is gonna be really, really difficult for her to bring back with this momentum that Blaze has been able to build. Once again, a sider able to send off further, and like this edge guard is gonna be hard for Rika to surpass. The side sig is barely not KOing, but it is going to disarm. It's really, really difficult for him to get back on, but he's able to just barely. Now Rika gets a 2-piece on the scythe, but it's gonna be a nair. Let's see what he's got in response. Oh my goodness, this is tense.
Oh my god, this Blaze is getting under Rika's skin, getting every single hit, and none of them KOing. Finally, the ground pound connects. Finally, it ends.